What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Scene Invaders podcast. This is episode 438. I am Chad. Tonight we're joined by Mr. Coach Dave, if you're nasty.
Hola, how is everybody?
Good. We also have Miss Carly. Miss Carly, how are you?
Great. How's everybody else?
Good.
Splendid.
And so I guess Mr. Brad from Canada is splendid.
I am splendid. How are y'all doing?
That's good. Very good.
Splendid than Splenda.
No, more importantly, how are you, Brad?
Mm-hmm.
With what?
I don't know. I just want to make
freak me out. I'm
How
like,
are you doing with life?
wait, no. Did the doctor call you? Like, what do you know? What do you know that I don't?
This is an intervention.
Scared the hell out of me.
It wouldn't be a Scene Invaders opening if it didn't get awkward.
That's true.
Right?
It's usually me.
We had to do it. But
I took it from me, Carly.
I think we all have it sometimes. It's fine. But tonight we are going to get started. So F1 came out this past week, the new Joseph Kosinski film starring Brad Pitt. So that got us thinking about what some of our favorite car movies are. And as always, man, I'm going to have like kind of maybe the weirdest choice. Well, I don't think that's actually true. I saw everybody's list, so I feel like I'm fairly in line with some things here. So I am going to get us started tonight. And I mean, maybe this is just a very like obvious choice, but I just watched this again recently, like over the last like year or so. For it had been the first time in a really long time, and that is Christine, directed by John Carpenter from a novel by Stephen King, where Mr. Arnie Cunningham becomes obsessed with a killer car, basically. And this movie is great. It's so fucking solid. And Halloween Ends actually, I think, takes a lot of like cues from this movie in a lot of ways. So it has a lot of like the same beats and the same feel. And I that's one of the things I actually liked about Halloween Ends. I know Carly hated that too. So that's something we're going to absolutely have to discuss at some point on Chad and Carly's Creepy Corner, because I will defend Halloween Ends forever. But yeah, Christine, man, car movie, that hoe kills people. I'm here for
poster.
It is a great poster for sure.
It has like a freaking novel on it.
Yeah, right.
Born Bad.
And I think maybe this was a fever dream. I don't know, but I think they're remaking this.
Oh God, why?
And I think
this is so good.
I think it's supposed to be like very sexual as well. I don't know how the book. I never read the book, so I only saw the movie, and there is a sexual element to it, even kind of between like the car and Arnie and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I heard they're going to kind of amp up that part of it. So I wonder if that was like sort of a part of the book that got a little bit more glossed over by John Carpenter.
So what pervert director has this idea that okay, I'm gonna make this more sexy?
Okay,
I'm gonna say probably whoever made the movie Crash.
Oh, for real. And also they need to steal your
Cronenberg.
tagline, Brad.
Cronenberg,
Steel and sex appeal. But it's about a car. Like they absolutely need to steal that. I mean, I almost did an honorable mention tonight and did Teton. I might as well talk about it for a second. But like I was like, does that actually fit this category? Because yes, she has sex with a car and gets pregnant by it. But like, I mean, does that make it a car movie? And I guess it kind of does, but yeah. I decided to leave it off the list, even though I just mentioned it here. All right.
I think
And
it makes a few lists.
okay, that's true.
You know, just a little bit of everything.
A list just straight up called Cold Steel and Sex Appeal, and whatever you interpret that as. Just saying. All right. And I mean, I like horror guys, of course, and thrillers and shit like that. So I kept everything on my list, like kind of in the sort of like horror thriller genre. So next for me is a movie I had not actually thought about in quite a long time. And that is Joyride, directed by John Dahl and starring Steve Zahn, Paul Walker, and Lily Sobieski. And this is, I love her too. And Paul Walker, like everybody associates him, of course, with like Fast and Furious. But this is his other car movie, guys, and it needs to be remembered because this is a hell of a solid horror film. I mean, three kids are like basically on a cross-country trip from like home from the holidays or some shit from school, and they end up kind of crossing paths with a sadistic trucker who follows them and tries to murder them for their whole trip. And this movie is surprisingly that sounds kind of whatever, but it's extremely solid. It's got some really good thrills and yeah, lots of fun. And it also has that weird like comforting factor of like road trip in the car. I'm a weird person that likes a long car trip.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, this kind of taps into that feeling of like riding with your friends and like everything's cool until it's not and all of that. And yeah, if you haven't thought about this movie for a long time, Joyride, man, it's really, really good.
And the killer's got the best voice.
Oh, Candy Cane.
Yeah, I was about to say what is I thought it was Bunny. Okay, Candy Cane. Okay.
Candy Cane.
Yeah, it was the dude from Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
What
I
is
forgot
his
his name.
Buffalo Bill.
Yeah,
Ted.
I forgot his name though.
Jim Gum.
Something. Yeah. His name
I'm
is
sure
Ted
he's
something in
an
real life.
actor with a real name, but I'm sorry, Silence of the Lambs guy.
Sorry, sir.
Great voice, Silence of the Lambs guy. That's him.
Mhm.
Sounds good to me, man. And then my final choice is, I feel like a extremely underappreciated 90s thriller that could kind of fall into horror a little bit, but it's more just on the thriller action side, kind of. And that is Breakdown, directed by Jonathan Mostow, starring Kurt Russell, Kathleen Quinlan, and a man and his wife are on a trip cross country. And again, like they cross paths with a sadistic trucker or a group of truckers or a group, basically. His wife goes missing, and then it is the hunt to get her back. And this movie is so extremely solid. I feel like this just never gets mentioned, like in any lists or any.
Doesn't. And this
Yeah.
movie's terrifying.
He's
This
very
movie's
good.
terrifying.
Yeah, it is. That's why I kind of say it almost leans into horror a bit, because I mean, your wife goes missing, and you're like trying to like go up as one man, go up against this group of like kind of awful men to try to save her and get her back. And I mean, it's genuinely quite thrilling.
Especially
When he
that.
goes Sorry, go ahead.
I was
Go
just gonna say, like when he first decides that like he's not going to freak out at first when his wife isn't there at the diner, but he like that slow realization and that dread is just so good.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's kind of what I was going with. And when he talks to the guy, he's like, "Where is she?" He's like, "Man, I've never seen you before in my life."
Mhm.
Oh my god, like that! Oh, that freaks
I
me
wanted to
out.
murder that guy. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
"Ugh."
Yeah,
And
'cause
he
this
would
was
not
such-
quit. He was like a killer to the
Hell,
end. He was just
Mhm.
like, dude, accept your fate. Get booted off the bridge, please. Like,
Right? Okay.
And no, he
For
was
real.
still fighting. I'm like, come on, man.
But yeah, there's a big like psychological element to this at first, because it is kind of like, what happened, what's going on,
Mhm.
where is my wife, and there is sort of a mysterious element to it. But as it all comes together, like I thought this just was extremely solid. It really works for me. And if like of any recommendation that I had on this list, this is the one I send you away with, like with the biggest recommendation, just because I think it needs more eyes on it. More people need to love it and talk about it and appreciate Breakdown with Kurt Russell.
Yes, this was also on my list. It did not end up being on my final list, but it was like in the top 10.
Hell yeah. Because I thought maybe
That's
this was a
solid.
weird choice, but no, after
No,
seeing everybody
no.
else's, I was
Yeah.
like, this is
It's a
a
beautiful
solid
choice.
like car movie, man.
Mhm.
And there were a couple other things too that I did think of, but I was like, I've put these on lists before. Like, I'm gonna like force myself to not say Gran Turismo again, even though I
Right.
love that movie and shit like that. So yeah, my choices, guys.
Very
Very
good.
good.
Remove me from here. All right, next up, we have Miss Carly. And I know she has some honorable mentions
I also have a bonus slide at the end.
and a bonus slide that I'm not going to
Sweet.
forget about this time. Holy shit.
Love the bonus slide.
My God, my brain is mashed potatoes sometimes, guys. All right, so it looks like I'm assuming first up is going to be honorable mentions.
Yes. All right, so I got quite a few here. We've
Oh.
got Death Race, which I love that one. I know it's not, I guess it's it's kind of a remake of Death Race 2000, maybe.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
Okay. But yeah, I like this version a little bit better. It's pretty gory. Jason Statham is in it. It's a fun one.
But is
then,
he a
of course-
common working man in this?
He is. Well,
Oh my
he's
God, he
framed-
better be.
Listen, he's framed for the murder of his wife and family. So
Shut up. I have not seen
Yeah.
those. Now I
You
know.
Oh,
go
you
to
should
work when
totally
you do
watch
that.
Yeah. And he's got the most impressive back muscles in this movie.
oh
Because it
man.
shows him doing like the chin up things from the back. And it looks AI. It looks fake. It's like his
I bet
It's
he's
not
doing
AI,
my wife
it's Jason
back.
Statham.
That's right.
I gotta get my wife back. I need to do pull-ups and drive.
That's
Okay, right.
Yeah.
You got to have that upper body strength to whip that wheel, yo. Good choice. I need to watch this for real.
Yeah, it's a fun one. I don't know about any of the sequels, but I like the original.
The original was good. Yeah.
And then we have License to Drive, which is a one of the last good Corey and Corey movies. Corey Haim and Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
Heather Graham, of course, is
Yep.
in it too.
Her first movie.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, it's a great one. It's a fun one. Basically, Corey Haim's character fails his driver's license exam and lies about it just so he can take out this girl. And then, of
The cup
course,
was empty.
yeah.
Ah.
And then, of course, antics ensue. But that's a good, just fun movie to watch,
Okay.
especially with your children. Then Baby Driver from Edgar Wright. Really liked this one. Had some really great chase sequences and driving sequences. And especially if you are an Atlanta local, it was interesting, like looking at all the different landmarks and saying, oh, I know where that is. That's there.
Oh, I've been
So-
there.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's always awesome to see that kind of
Yeah,
shit
I love
on movies
that.
and TV and stuff. I love it.
And then, of course, last but not least, we have Twisted Metal Black, which
Okay.
was the PlayStation 2 game.
Okay.
And that was a great one. I played the shit out of that game.
Oh, me too. Me
Okay,
too.
I have a
like
question
the
about-
The
junkyard
show's
level.
good too.
Yes, it is surprisingly very good.
It has Nev Campbell in it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, the game. I have never played this. Is it like a vehicular combat game or is it a
Yes.
racing game?
No, it's like combat.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's battle royal with Mad
With-
Max cars.
Yeah,
That sounds kind of lit.
it is. It's really
Oh, yeah.
fun.
Fuck them bitches up, yo.
That's right.
All right. So I assume we're on to number 3.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
So great.
So
Yes.
silly, but great.
Very, very silly. I know. I'm not sure what to do with my hands. Me neither, Ricky. Me neither.
Didn't he say I didn't name him Dr. Quinn and Medicine Woman?
Walker, Texas Ranger.
It's got a million quotable lines.
Oh,
So
yeah.
good.
Mhm.
Yeah. And of course, I had to pick this one too because even though she's a terrible character, I have to represent. There is another Carly in this movie,
Oh hell yeah.
so, even though she's terrible.
Carly's represent.
All right.
You're the good Carly. It just makes you feel better
That's
about
right.
yourself. All right, next one.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, number
Oh,
2 is
I thought
Death
about
Proof.
this.
Yeah.
I thought that this
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
And that's a great picture you got there.
yeah. I was like, oh god, I love that. I mean,
right
listen,
before Zoe does the axe kick on him.
I think
Like-
so. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. I love that whole still. But this whole movie, it was part of the double feature Grindhouse thing with Planet Terror and Death Proof, which I really think that it would have done so much better if Death Proof had been shown first. I don't know why they didn't show it first. It's like I don't know.
either.
But anyways, it was funny because I remember seeing it in theaters, and at the time I liked Planet Terror more. But
Okay.
as I've gotten older, I'm like, no, Death
Mhm.
Proof is definitely the better movie. I mean,
Yeah.
the other one's fun, of course, but yeah,
For
Death
sure.
Proof is really where it's at. I love Zoe Bell. I like that he
Oh,
was able to
so
kind of
great.
showcase her stunt work and everything,
Yeah,
and of
When
course
she
the
jumps up.
cars.
When she jumps up after being tossed off.
I'm
I'm
okay.
okay. Oh,
I'm okay.
Adorable.
I love it. I'm okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen this in forever, and I never got to experience the like full experience with like the fake
Oh.
trailers and all that.
Yeah,
I wish that I had. Hopefully, they'll maybe put that back out at some point.
I hope so.
We're
It'd
2
be
years
fun.
away from a 20th anniversary, so
Ooh,
There you
they
go.
should.
I know
So
you're
think
listening, Hollywood.
They did do it as a DVD.
Oh, okay,
Oh
So,
yeah, that's
of
right.
like you could do it that way and then actually watch the whole thing through.
okay. That's where Thanksgiving came from. I know it was a fake trailer, like
Mhm.
between
Machete.
Machete 2.
My
And
favorite
what
one
was
was
Machete as
Oh,
well.
yeah, Machete. That's right.
my favorite one was the don't. I think that was the Edgar Wright. Don't.
I say that often, actually.
Don't.
Don't. All right, ready for number 1?
Yep.
All right.
All right,
Uh,
and I had to put Drive 2011 because I mean there are so many cool variants of posters of this movie.
Mhm.
wow.
This movie just oozes coolness to me. I love the
It does.
soundtrack, the whole beginning part where he's, getting away from the cops. That whole beginning scene is great, especially with the music, the whole aesthetic to the movie. Seeing what's his name as a bad guy. Oh God, what is his name?
That's the greatest and to me it's the greatest role of his life.
Right?
Um,
Oh, he was
and I'm a huge fan of him.
Oh my god, what is
Blanking.
his name?
I'm blanking.
Oh, I don't
I'm
know.
gonna find it. Hold on. It's Albert Brooks. Okay.
Albert Brooks.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I love Albert Brooks.
Genuinely
Yeah.
creepy role for him. So
He got absolutely snubbed, not only of an Oscar nomination, but I think he should have won that year.
okay.
yeah.
Oscars, get it together, please.
Shit. Sure.
I have a friend who, from years ago, who loved this movie, and then he had a
Mhm.
jacket replica of like the one worn in the movie.
My husband has one.
Okay. It's a cool
You're not
jacket.
wearing it right
I
now?
know, listen, I almost put it on and took a picture of it beforehand, but instead we get this little bonus AI picture.
Oh, let's
cool.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
I love it.
But
My
yeah,
God.
this isn't even what the jacket is like looks like. It's supposed
on
to
the
have the
back.
scorpion on the back, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I fed it a picture of me and Ryan Gosling in the jacket, and this is what it gave me.
I think it's pretty solid, actually. I
Not
really like
bad.
this. And it looks
You
quite
need
a
to
bit
do one
like
of those
you,
like look
honestly.
back over your shoulder.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah, good choices for sure. Drive was one I thought about as well.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, the one, the only, Mr. Brad from Canada.
Yeah.
Cool
That-
car crap.
mhm.
It just took all other pictures and I just said throw some cars behind it. I don't know why it put me in jorts or
Let's not even sit here and pretend like this isn't an actual photo of you, Brad. Because I think it might be.
Could be. Yeah.
I don't know why it put me in jorts, guys. Like, I'm just kidding.
I have no
I
idea.
have a pair. No, I
Why
have a
did
pair
you
of
give me a
jorts,
tall
but
boy
I did
instead of a
not.
regular one?
I didn't specify jorts or anything. So it's
Right.
like, all right, cool.
It knows you better than what you thought, sir.
Mhm.
Yes,
Do you have honorable mentions? I can't remember.
I do.
Okay.
And all my honorable mentions are actually video
That's
games.
right. Yes, sir.
And well, we have Spy Hunter, a quarter eater from back in the day, but my God, it had the steering wheel, and I played the hell out of it. And
Brad, you're going to be very upset with me.
Oh no.
what'd you
I
do?
managed a swim club that had a classic standing Spy Hunter game
Oh.
that nobody ever played. So I basically said, "Hey, why don't you guys just like let me take this off your hands? Nobody ever plays it. It's just wasting energy." So they sold it to me for like $100.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
wow.
Perfectly. Worked perfectly.
Oh man,
Do you still have it?
Lucky.
I no longer have it. No.
you sold it for $50, didn't you? You son of a bitch.
For a case of beer and
Oh,
a couple of
man.
cigars. No. I basically sold it in my when I was moving because I just didn't have a place to put it. And,
Yeah. Oh,
Makes
but
sense.
like, man, that's one of those things I wish I still had.
Yeah.
hell
Sure.
yeah. And another coin muncher was Road Blasters, and not
Okay.
a very popular game, but same thing. Had the steering wheel, and you're just in this souped up car driving from point A to point B, and you
Okay.
get upgrades and shoot missiles and stuff.
Hell yeah.
I
That sounds
love
amazing.
that. And the other one is the original PlayStation 1 Twisted Metal.
Okay.
Mhm.
I love
Car
this
combat.
one. I love this one because me and my buddy Smitty and Pat, we stayed up way too late for like a long weekend, and all we did was get really high and play this video game
Okay.
to the
Sounds
point where
solid.
it's a
Mhm.
split screen
Mhm.
game. So we took a piece of cardboard and taped it to the TV. So
Yeah.
one of us stood over and the other one ducked under it, so you couldn't see where the other guy was on the
Wow.
screen. And legit, for a long weekend, 3 days, all we did was just play this freaking game. You'd think we would, like, I think we left the house twice, maybe to get food.
Nice.
But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll still look up on YouTube like all the endings of all the different stories.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Ghost
yeah.
Driver.
they're
They're
great.
so good.
And I can't believe this game spawned what it has. Like
Mhm.
a trillion seagulls, one that has Rob Zombie in it,
Oh my god.
and he's driving the Dragula, and like the Andy Mackie TV show, and Anthony Mackie, excuse me. Let's go to his name there. And yeah, I mean, season 2 is season 2 out?
Yeah, I was about to
Season
say, when is it
2
coming out?
is coming. It's soon.
I'm just glad they got a second season because I was really surprised with that show. The first episode was a little wonky, but after that, it
little
was
weird.
like, oh man, I really like this.
Yeah, well, I think the second season is actually focusing on the actual Twisted Metal tournament combat,
Oh yeah.
so they'd better. But yeah, those are my honorable mentions.
Very nice.
July 31st.
Oh
Ooh.
shit!
Coming
it's-
up then.
Yeah,
Coming up then.
a
Cool,
month,
cool.
yo. All right,
That's
next up, we
number
got number
3.
3. It looks like
There you go.
Number 3 is a classic, Gone in 60 Seconds.
anything
where
with
Nicolas
Nick Cage. I'm
Cage needs to steal a bunch of cars, or it goes to hell or something. I don't even know.
His brother,
His
Yeah.
brother
His
gets
brother
killed.
died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
His useless brother gets killed, and I'm
Mhm.
like, maybe.
It's Giovanni Ribisi. No one.
Yeah.
knows.
Nobody cares. No, I'm just
I mean,
kidding.
it's got Vinnie Jones. It's got Delroy Lindo. It has the hell's his name? Tim Oliphant in it. Angelina Jolie. Vinnie Jones.
On James
Scott
or James.
Caan. I know who you're trying to think
Duvall.
of. Robert Duvall.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah. So the cast is embarrassing for like what they got going on. And you have Nicolas Cage playing Memphis Rain. So
Rains,
I
forgot that was-
Rains, Memphis Rains. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
I only know that because Trey told me that because this,
Okay.
was
Sure,
on his
Harley.
list.
No, I'm just
This
kidding.
was on his list.
Oh, okay.
He was like,
haven't seen
I
this
would
in
pick Gone in
ages.
60 seconds. I was like, I know you would.
I
I
saw
know,
this.
baby.
I saw this in the theater with friends, and then later on, when it came out on DVD, I bought it, and I started dating the woman that became my wife, and her son Tyler loved this movie.
Okay.
So we watched this movie like every day,
Okay.
and like even if he's in his 20s now, so even if he comes over now, I'll throw it on in the background just to
Okay.
as we're shooting the
It's a
shit.
great
Comfort.
That's
background.
your
movie.
background music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a special spot.
Nice.
Good choice.
Thank you. Numero 20.
Ooh.
This is a TV show that only I know of.
I've never
Yeah, I
heard
was
of
about to
it.
say, I've never heard of it either.
It's called Highwayman, and it's something my dad would watch. My dad was a truck driver, not the joyride type trucker, but like an actual truck driver.
Mhm.
And he would be sitting watching this. This is when I was like young, so like 8 or 9. And I would just sit there and watch my dad watch this show. And if you look at do you guys remember the Australian Energizer battery guy?
No.
He was
It
called
Is he
sounds
going the
vaguely
Jocko.
different? Is he
familiar.
going the other direction?
No. This is before the bunny. Yes.
Okay.
Type in Australian Energizer battery guy,
Okay.
and you'll see this guy. His name was Jocko. He really didn't do too much, but he was in this show with the other guy who's the highwayman, and they would be like solving crimes, and they were like a secret agent with a
Hell
really
yeah.
huge transport trucks. And the
Yeah.
one, if you see the one at the bottom left,
Uh-huh.
that is the front of a helicopter, because there was a helicopter hidden in that truck.
Oh my god.
The cab.
yes.
And it would go, and the other one was just like a speed racer car. And yeah, they had Mad
That
Max
sounds amazing.
ripoff. And yeah, it was just something that when you guys said car stuff, I'm like, oh my God, I'm the only one that's going to remember this.
When was this?
83
Like
or 84.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Like I was young, so I was like 8 or 9, I think. So that's a long time ago. That's
Yes.
42 years ago.
God. We're
So
old,
yeah, I don't
man.
know. This I actually looked up and downloaded an episode, and my God, it is trash. It is
Oh.
it is absolute dog shit trash. And I was like, oh, Dad, it's because of the trucks in it, isn't it?
the nostalgia of it, though.
Very nostalgia. So it reminds me of my father. So yeah, this is
Nice.
has to be number 2, but it can't be number 1. But he's not that
Papa
good.
Pinder. All right,
So
ready for your number
numero
1?
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Death Race 2000, the original, starring David Carradine and Sylvester Stallone.
Those photos.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now you'll see David Carradine with before Pulp Fiction made a cool gimp mask and with the big
Mhm.
scar, he plays Frankenstein, and he drives the monster car. And this is a contest in which where people drive and run people over for points.
Hell yeah.
That is the key. Now, here is the horrible thing: the elderly get you more points if you run over the
Yes.
elderly, and children get you the most points if you
That
run
sounds
over children.
amazing. Why have I not seen this?
It's
What
a pretty
is
good movie. It's fun.
It
Oh
is
my God.
hilarious. You have the Bull Toro, you have like the Switchblade car driven by Sylvester Stallone, aka Machine Gun Joe. And
Gun Joe.
it is the stupidest, greatest thing in the world. And I'd never seen this until I went, again, I was young. I went for a sleepover at my buddy Stan's, and he had this videotape. So we watched this thing, and I was enamored.
Oh my
I was
God.
enamored so much to the point that, unfortunately, many Stan passed away in high school motorcycle accident. So while at his funeral, I picked up a DVD and buried this with him.
Oh, I love that.
Because
Oh my God.
it was just something that always reminded me of Stan.
Hell yeah. This movie basically said, fuck them kids and fuck them old people.
Oh yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah. And I don't know if people might have thought it was tasteless that he died in a motorcycle accident, and then I put a DVD sale Death Race. I
No.
just thinking about that right now.
They didn't
Actually,
know. They didn't know like you did.
I was going to say, if they didn't like it, they
Yeah.
just didn't understand. They weren't on
just
your
didn't know.
level.
yes, but Death Race 2000. I watched this the other day, and it is fantastic.
Yeah,
It is
this
so
is
great.
shot to the top of my list for real.
You got to check it out, Chad.
Yeah.
You'll laugh your ass off.
The cars look like basically like kids' paper mache projects.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
that
or
top
like
one
a-
looks
a
like
float.
the Hot
It has
Wheels,
teeth.
like the monster ones.
Yep.
It's
Yep,
really
I
cool
think-
ones.
I think they're all like Fieros that
Hmm.
people cut up and just like
Modified.
modified and screwed with. But yeah.
Modified Fieros. Yeah, good
Modified
choices, sir.
Hmm.
Always good
Thank-
choices from Mr. Bradford Cannon.
Well, it was hard not to pick like Mad Max and all the.
Right.
Right.
I really,
So,
there were so many
I think
things
everyone.
thought
I
of.
think everyone made a conscious choice to.
To
Okay,
not
let's
pick that one.
not pick.
Yeah, Fury Road or Mad Max.
Yeah,
Well, I made
any
myself
Fast or
not pick
Furious
things
movie.
I've picked before
Mhm.
on other lists.
Right,
I was
right.
like-
Right.
I was like, man, I'm just gonna get to recommend the same shit over and over. All right, and last
Coach is,
but
Coach is recommending The Matrix.
not okay, right? I will die.
Starring Jacob Tremblay.
beat, motherfucker.
Beep,
What?
beep, motherfucker. I like the
I have
onesie you're wearing.
two honorable mentions. Well, I told AI to take my character from You and I from the the K-pop superstar.
K-pop superstars.
So I had them isolate that character and then put him in a sports car.
That's so
Love
good.
it.
While I'm thinking about it really quick too, since the fingers are so prominent in this image,
And they're
Have-
correct.
have you seen the Naked Gun poster where it's like this
Yes.
poster was not made by AI and it's got
Oh.
like 9 fingers
Yeah.
wrapped around
9
the gun?
fingers holding the
It's
gun.
fucking hilarious.
Nope.
I loved it. And you have
Oh,
honorable
that's so
mentions
good.
too, right, sir?
I have two at the very beginning. Yes,
Okay.
Smokey and the Bandit. It's just a classic. I'd love to say I did it for the picture, but no. I mean, like the funny thing about Burt Reynolds' car movies is he's the worst part of them. It's
Oh.
all the characters around him that just make it just so good.
Oh yeah. Yes, but Smokey and the Bandit, come on, he was good in that.
He was good, but I mean, like
He's still outshined
Sheriff.
by everyone. Like,
He
the
is, he
sheriff
is
kills it.
absolutely does. He is some bitch.
already.
this is a great image. Oh,
I
Next
want
up.
that hat.
oh
Next up,
you
That hat looks
deserve
great on
that
you.
hat, sir. Yes.
Hmm.
Cannonball Run.
Look at you with Burt Reynolds.
Is
And
that
again, guys,
is that
this is why
Dom
you should-
DeLuise?
That is Dom DeLuise. It's Dom DeLadave. Like this one, like it's not a great movie. It's not like the humor is crude and just bad, but it's just so good.
Yeah.
The two girls in the Lamborghini that would show off their cleavage, and then like of course a female trooper shows up. or
right.
like the alter ego of Dom DeLuise. Like it's just so campy and fun. But I don't think they were trying to be campy. They were just, I don't know. I have to imagine that the cocaine budget for this movie must have been astronomical.
Really high.
Yeah, yeah.
That
They
was
had
the
to get rid of a
highest
It's
couple
about
one.
as
parts.
high as they were.
Yeah, right. Good choice, sir.
All
There it
right,
is,
number
Junior.
3.
There you go.
Drive.
That
So,
image.
listen, I can't say more than Carly did. I will say I was listening to, there's a band called The Midnight,
Oh,
Mhm.
yes.
and all they kind of do is this type of like thematic music.
Very
Like
nice.
there's
And-
nothing
yeah.
better. Oh yeah, it's like that 80s score that
Synth.
was never in any 80s movies, but is now just awesome.
Everywhere.
I love the
There are no
midnight, yo.
clean getaways.
That's right.
That's awesome.
choice.
And yeah, we made it a Scene Invaders film.
That's right. Oh my god, yes. I love it.
All right, number
I love
2. The Wraith.
I remember
This-
seeing this when I was young, for real.
Yep.
This was a staple on TBS and TNT before they got the rights to Shawshank Redemption and Christmas Story. But it's so like this is The Crow with a car,
Mhm.
Yeah, basically.
where it's just the ghost or the vengeance that is Charlie Sheen, who is brutally murdered after skinny dipping with his girlfriend, and he has to go and hunt these guys all down. I remember like some of the characters' names, like Gutter Boy, who would like
Oh,
drink gasoline.
Is that him on the bottom right?
I think that's Gutter Boy
Yeah.
with the mohawk. And then like the other guy had like the crazy Trans Am, and like it's so 80s, but it's just because it's been burned into your brain from seeing it again and again. I love it.
Mhm.
Cool
And Clint
character.
Howard. Can't forget about Clint
Oh.
Howard.
Yeah.
Clint Howard. Oof.
This was definitely like a staple of HBO back in the day too. Like I
Yes.
remember watching this over and over on HBO. Like, yeah, good choice, sir.
And my
Very
number 1.
Yes, I
I
almost
will
picked this
never-
too.
Apologize for this movie. Some people keep shitting on it, and I say
like
you
it.
didn't see it the way I did.
Yeah,
I saw this IMAX opening night,
Wow.
full packed theater, and it was awesome. It is a little long, but it was awesome.
it's visually stunning.
And if you watch it now, it all
yeah.
holds up.
Oh yeah,
Like it visually, like there is no like like delay or anything or shadowing. Like it just holds up and looks gorgeous today.
yeah.
So I'm just such a huge fan of Speed Racer. I love the Hirsch is great in it. Matthew Fox is great in it. Christina Ricci, John Goodman. So like every casting is great.
The monkey.
No, what was the monkey's name? Wasn't like Chimp Chimp or something.
No, I don't remember the monkey's name.
Oh, well.
I'm stuck on
Yeah.
Gleek from the Super Friends. But
And directed
this
by the
was
Wachowskis.
Yeah, this is
Yep.
Wachowskis. Did they direct it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. They
Okay.
wrote and directed. Wachowski Starship wrote, directed, produced, did like everything. But this was kind of like the end of Wachowski's.
Yeah, kind of.
Then this
They got a
kinda
lot of
killed them.
hate, for sure.
But it's one of those like, oh, you lost a ton of money, but they actually didn't. When you look at the actual box office and how much
Sure.
it costs and all that, and then you throw in DVD and cable, like
Yeah,
it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't lose any money.
I would love to see this on the big screen. I've only ever seen it on home video, but
Again, IMAX. It was just colors everywhere.
this
That'd
is
be cool.
made for the big screen for sure.
yeah.
Great choices, sir. I definitely toyed with this one for a while, and then I was like, if I pick this, are people going to crucify me because I like it too? So I'm glad somebody.
good
did
movie.
It is indeed. All right, very
It's
nice.
not a good
choices.
anime.
Oh, okay. I'd see. I don't have experience with that for sure.
The anime is not good. The movie is better.
No, movie is better.
And
All
the reason
right.
we had this list tonight, guys, is because F1 just came out. This is something all four of us saw this week. This is the new film from Joseph Kosinski, who directed Top Gun Maverick, which made $1.5 billion fucking dollars the year that it was out.
Made
So
all the
of
money.
course, he could
Everything.
make whatever the fuck he wants next. And basically, what he decided to do was make Top Gun Maverick in F1 cars. I mean, essentially, this is
Pretty much.
yeah. This is a big screen spectacle through and through. This is from Apple, but this is a movie. Even though it is from Apple, this is meant to be seen in a theater, in the biggest,
Yes.
loudest theater
Oh,
you
yeah.
can possibly see it. And in my opinion here, there is not a single thing that happens in this movie that's surprising. There is not an inspirational sports drama beat that is missed. But in my opinion, when
works.
something is this well made and so beautifully shot, I will forgive all of that because I had a great time watching this movie.
Totally
I-
agree.
you know, I saw some of the great things online where it's just like, he gave us a true movie star moment where,
Yeah.
like, you know, when Brad Pitt just walks his way onto the track, and you're just
Yep.
like, yep, that's a
That-
movie star.
That's
Yeah.
a movie star.
And Brad Pitt-
we need more movie stars.
We do.
Yeah.
You know, we legit need more movie stars because we have a ton of actors.
Hmm.
It's a dying thing.
And not for nothing, a lot of them aren't good. So, like, movie star 'em, because that gets asses in seats.
But I like that in this movie he was not afraid to be portrayed as like older. I mean, he's like 60 or whatever the fuck. So like
Yeah.
clearly he is an older man at this point.
Well,
But they
that
didn't try to
bothers me.
play him as like someone who's 45 or some shit.
No, that
And-
bothers me that he does look like he's
20.
in his
Yeah,
Like,
he looks
late 30s and he's old grizzled veteran. I'm like, wait, he's 9. I'm like,
okay. Wait, he looks younger than me. Hold on.
oh
He's
my
just out of
god! Like,
college.
well,
What's
that's
going on
that's
here?
not a big stretch or anything, but yeah, I mean, Brad Pitt played this so perfect. But like I said, we've all seen this movie before.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is so formulaic, but I don't care because it was awesome, and I love Javier Bardem.
I do too.
Oh yeah, he was
I-
great. I,
I-
loved it.
He was so good.
Their
like,
chemistry.
In a lot of movies like this, if you didn't have that character, it wouldn't matter. But maybe it's just the way he played it. That He
Mhm.
made it matter.
Well, I thought
Yes.
I thought they were going to play him as someone a little bit like slimier, kind of, but he's not. Like,
Yeah,
he
they
knows-
did
the-
just, yeah.
The investor that's what he was for.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what
Right.
the investor was for.
And you knew that he was going to be a douchebag as soon as you saw
Oh,
him.
yeah.
As soon as you saw that hairline, you were like, yeah, all right, you know
There's
what?
a douchebag
This
right
guy's
there.
going to do something bad.
And
But
I've said it a bit.
ultimately, he saves the Harvey Bardem character of like where you kind of like, okay, he's going to get rid of Brad Pitt and he's doing these things, and ultimately, he's the redemption. The slimy guy is the redemption of Harvey Bardem. Excuse me.
Javier Bardem.
Javier.
And I've said it 100
Okay,
times
Chad.
on this show.
Yeah, Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem.
There you go.
I'd let him slap me in the face with it. It's fine. But anyway, God, I don't know how to act right, guys. I
Okay,
never
but-
will.
Some of Brad Pitt's choices in his shirt attire was a little suspect.
Impressive.
This. No, especially that
There was-
white shirt that he wore at the end. I was
The
like,
Super V.
yeah,
It
well,
was
yeah,
just
he
like-
had it. First off, it was like way too much show in his chest. I was like,
Yes.
okay, dude, button one. It just button one.
You're like,
please.
hold on, Grandpa. Like, calm it down.
Dude, he
little
looked
too
like the lead singer from Aerosmith. He had
Yes,
like 10
yes.
necklaces on and a V-neck down to his belly button that was made of like yak wool.
yeah. Oh my, yes, that last white shirt. It like looked all like pilled. It was like I was like, throw that shirt away. You look like an old woman in it. Why are you wearing that? I was like,
Come on, man. Give him a break. He lives in
I
a
know.
van.
I know,
Okay, real.
but that's what I'm saying.
On a
Like, why would
chill.
you be wearing that? Like, just, dude, no. Some of
Listen,
some of the shirt choices, but yeah, he looks great
The-
for his age for sure.
Mhm.
The MVP of this is the publicist for F1 because
Oh yeah.
oh my gosh, like in the last 5 years, like I'm interested in F1 now. I am
Right.
like between this movie and the Ride to Survive thing that's on Netflix.
Mhm. I need to watch that.
Like they are
Yeah.
getting more and more people. So it's kind of like, you know, like soccer and football. all of us Americans are like, oh yeah, everybody watches football. No, everybody watches soccer. Some people watch football. F1 is kind of everybody's everybody watches NASCAR. No, everybody watches F1.
No kidding.
And I think it's just getting bigger and starting to kind of come over here from these two things.
Yeah. I didn't know shit about F1 going into this for real. I knew it was racing.
No, me neither.
But I didn't even understand exactly even the type of racing it was until I went into this movie. That's how little I knew about this. But it made it interesting. And I mean, I think a lot of the way that it's shot and the cameras in the cars and on their faces and all that kind of shit makes it very exciting.
Oh, it's stunning.
So
it is absolutely stunning.
I don't know how I would feel about watching it like from the stands or like on TV or something like that. I don't know if I would quite feel the same excitement that I felt watching this movie. But from what I understand too, they filmed a lot of this at actual F1 events. And I think it feels that way. Like the crowds, it's almost at times like they want to make sure that you see that the people in the crowds are real and not like CGI blobs and all that kind of crap, because it really it feels like you're there and it gives it this energy and excitement. And it's hard to not get caught up. At least for me, it was hard not to get caught up in it. And this is 2.5 hours of like something that just zipped by for me.
I know it did not feel like 2.5 hours at all. It was like, holy shit.
No, it sailed right along. There was not too many like low points, even like the social aspect and them fighting, and that can really drag on at certain times, but no, it just like sped right along. No pun intended.
Yeah, because I mean, though this is about like a grizzled veteran and like the cocky like newcomer,
the
who's
hot
like,
shot.
Yeah, the hot shot and stuff, and kind of them trying to come to terms with their own relationship again, like every sports movie and stuff. Even though there was a lot of that stuff in there, I thought it still just all like it just moved along so well, and it all worked together. And even though, like I said, there were no surprises really for me, it just is such a well-made piece of art.
Yeah,
I was
in a lesser movie, I would definitely be like, do we really need the romance? But even then, I didn't even care.
I love Carrie
just happy-
Condon.
I was happy
great.
that she was like that. She's in a big budget movie.
Mhm.
No kidding.
I love her accent. I love her look. I love the way that she just kind of moves through things.
Yeah, and I could see why you would be interested in someone like her, because she's like the first female. Like, I don't exactly remember what her role was, but she kind of like
she's a
not
designer.
like directs sort of to like what's happening in a way.
Designs
and,
the
like,
car and
yeah.
like I think maintains it. But I laughed out loud. Like, I don't know, it's such a throwaway line, but I did laugh when the young kid says, how many races you won? He says, oh, just one at Daytona. He says, no, how many F1? Oh, same as me, same as you.
Yeah.
Right.
Just like, that's a kid fuck you line.
Yeah, there was another scene where he was like getting interviewed at a press conference type thing, and every answer he gives is like just literally one word, because you can tell he's over it.
Yep.
And the way he conveys that, I just thought it was so smart, and so like I was like, I feel that I could absolutely like be there giving those answers, because you can see the guy trying to like dig at him and like get under the surface a little bit, because he has a slightly like womanizing past, and he's been
Professional
problematic,
gambler
and he's a gambler and all that kind of stuff. And you can see the guy trying to like push his buttons a little bit. And Brad Pitt, I mean, he lets him a little bit, but like just the way he kind of shuts it all down was just like, yeah, this is so good. And yeah, movie star, man.
Yeah. Absolutely recommend, absolutely see it in the theater, see it in the biggest one you said. Yeah. I thought I was going to go see it in standard form.
So where'd you see it, Dave?
I was about to ask.
I actually left the podcast and went straight to the theater. I looked on Fandango and I'm like, oh, it says standard. Okay, I'll get there. And I get to my theater and they're like, we'd like an extra $8, please. And I'm like, but I have the plan. And they're like, oh no, this is showing in 4DX. I'm like, ooh.
Dave has a history with 4DX.
and my Scene Invaders history with Planet of the Apes. I had to leave early because I was beaten to death by the chair.
And now you're going to go see a movie in where they race really fast and cars spin in the air.
Okay, right.
Well, they did great use of the fan jets, and they did great use of the rain. That was awesome.
Okay.
I gotta say, Regal, your 4DX does not match the screen. So, like if you turn right, you're supposed to go.
Right. You would think.
But no, it's just like it's
They're
kind of
dyslexic,
delayed
too.
and shifting and just I'm like, all right, like
So you
I
can't even
feel-
anticipate the lean to
Oh,
get
God.
ready for it.
You're
'cause
right.
it throws you
You're going. The chair's going that way. The film's going that way. and
Okay,
I'm
right.
standing here like, what's going on?
That's awesome.
I will say, like, the theater I was in was absolutely rocking with having fun with the movie. The music,
Mhm.
It's so
was-
good.
man.
Yes.
Pumps, man.
They picked some like banger songs and absolute like. I'm wondering, like, okay, did we pay more for music or Brad Pitt?
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer score, like it really matches that music,
Mhm.
and it has this like
Yes.
electronic undercurrent to it that just infuses this very much like something like Challengers or The Substance, with this sort of like energy underneath everything that like really fits. It almost felt in a way like, this is not to be derogatory, but like video game car driving music in a way. It just has this
It
like
fits.
thumping, pumping, like that just adds truly genuinely something. Like I can see myself listening to like this score in this soundtrack. Just
there's
going to
be a point where we don't have Jonathan Williams or Hans Zimmer within the next 10 years, but we're only
I
gonna
know.
we're gonna be I don't mean stuck with, but we're basically gonna have Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor.
Yeah.
No,
That's about it.
that's pretty
Or
good.
no, the guy that does the Mandalorian, he's kind of big now too, right?
What about
And
Danny
Micah
Elfman?
Levi.
Clint Mansell.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he does like
We have a few good ones.
stuff.
Well, we know a lot of composers.
No.
Okay, right. Yeah, this movie for
Yeah,
real,
see it on the biggest
it's a
screen.
must see for sure. And
Yeah.
this is
Absolutely.
something,
Yeah,
even
go
though
to
it's
theater.
meant for the theater, this could be a comfort movie for me 100%.
Mhm.
Throw it on all the time and just you could go into it at any time and figure out what's
Right.
going on, and you know where it's going to go. And I don't mean that to sound bad.
It's fun.
Like it's one of
Yeah.
the like strong suits of this movie. So yeah, F1.
And I'm happy that people are going to see this. I'm happy,
Yeah.
and I think you're going to see a lot more people this weekend going to see this again, or people seeing it for the first time this weekend.
It'll get good audience
I
word
hope
of mouth
so.
for sure.
Yeah.
And I looked online like the night that I went to see this to check like budget for this, and I've seen everywhere from 200 to 300 million. So I don't know what the actual number is,
Shit.
but I think it made like 140 ish.
Yeah, 140,
Million
150 in the
worldwide.
first weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
word of mouth does something for it because it
Yeah.
deserves to be seen. It's a definite
Mhm.
buy.
it's not
buy a
like this is
couple
going to be
times.
a fail for Apple, regardless. Like they just have the money to
Yeah.
hemorrhage at something like this. But I think with the director attached, Brad Pitt, it being like this is like a very classic feeling like summer blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
That's got
Well,
a little bit of everything for everyone.
And they said like basically when they did the budget, that's without all the kickbacks.
Yeah.
With like Mercedes giving them money, and then Ferrari, and then F1 giving them money. So it's one of those. Don't mind the radio.
And this actually got the endorsement of me. I went to see it with Chris and his 15-year-old daughter, and all three of us left this movie very much enjoying it. So I think
Sure.
that it's hard not to just kind of fall under the spell of this and have a great time at the theater. F1. All right. Okay. So the next movie that we all saw was Megan 2.0, but one of us watched the first Megan this week for the first time, and that is Mr. Coach Dave, if you're nasty. And I'm
Yes.
dying to know what you thought about that, and then into Megan 2.0. Because I got some feel for that from the chat. But
Well, I think I enjoyed the fact that it seemed to be playing on multiple levels.
yeah, definitely.
That it was like it wasn't just like robot go bad kill bang bang like okay Terminator at the end and kill a robot cop. So like I'd like to see that there was a different level of storytelling with it and all that. I am not a big fan of Allison Williams. I don't think she's a talented actress.
If only you could be in our group chat, guys.
If only she could, when she's crowing, it drives me nuts. But It's campy. I get it.
Yeah.
I think the media moment is better than the movie itself.
Mhm.
Of like when the scene actually comes where the doll is creepy dancing and then kills the dude.
Mhm.
Like it was kind of a little bit of a letdown.
Mm.
Where it was kind of like, okay, we saw this. I thought there'd be a little.
I was gonna say
more.
they'd already given it all to you, basically.
Yeah. I won't say I enjoyed it, but I didn't turn it off.
Okay, sure.
You didn't hate it.
It's
I
so
didn't hate it.
watchable.
I didn't hate it. It was watchable. Like, you know, I liked the crazy lady next door, and I think there was a little too many stereotypes of like the greedy boss that needs it yesterday. And it's like the dumbfounded technician who is working on a robot that is beyond the comprehension of the world,
Sure.
but he can't tie his shoes. The other actor that just can't find a date. Like, it
Yeah.
just,
It's
Very
so fun,
formulaic.
though.
yeah.
A
and
formula
that's-
that does not exactly fit the same way F1 did.
And I think if it just existed on its own, I think I would. I'd take it for more than the sum of its parts.
Okay. Now, with saying that, I'm dying to know what you thought about Megan 2.0.
So we took Megan, took away all the subtext,
Oh,
took away all the layers, and just said, "We're just going to make an action movie now."
I love it.
I did too.
I loved
I
it.
thought it was great.
like the first one is a decent meditation on how social media and technology affects our lives.
Mhm.
The
Sure.
second one is just, well, I got quips. I got these two robots. The one I think is from the Star Wars thing.
Yeah,
Okay. Like,
So
We
you
have
think
a
you like the
twist.
second one? You don't like the second one as much as the first?
dude, the second one was bad. I'm sorry, man.
But hey,
I am
listen, if you
shook
didn't
right
like
now.
it, you didn't like it.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I'm not gonna
works for
knock
me.
anybody for liking what they like.
yes, yes.
I don't expect anyone to
Sure, no,
heed
of
my
course.
displeasure, but I'm in Dave's camp. When I
Okay.
saw this, I wanted to have fun. I love robots.
I'm a big fun guy.
I love
big fun guy.
cyberpunk. I love all that shit. And I can suspend my disbelief for a lot of things. But this really, really insulted my intelligence.
You got to say the part, Brad. You have to say the part
Which one?
with the security guard.
Okay, yeah, all right. The security guard that the nerd guy with his bad mustache and worse wig, he snuck his way in, right? And he chloroformed the security guard and
Oh,
got
yeah.
in.
Mhm.
Couldn't she have got in with him that way?
I would think so, but then you wouldn't
Instead-
have that funny scene where he chloroforms himself.
Exactly. But I mean,
Relax.
that's
But he's
true.
a
Okay, you know what?
computer
Okay, I'll give
I
you
know.
that. But there is two other things that just really stuck out to me. One, Megan does the flying squirrel suit, which is fun.
I live
Yes.
for it.
Okay, I do that. That looked really cool. And then I looked at it again, and I thought to myself, why is an android wearing goggles to protect her ear ducts in her eyes, which she
Yes.
doesn't have because she's an android?
She's
Exactly.
Megan. She's
Protect
fragile.
her vision. It is still to protect her vision because she could be impaled by some debris.
Her cameras could
I
get
know
The
she
cameras
doesn't
just
have
like-
eyeballs, but
Can't
she
she
does
like
have,
just like just
right.
that's
tweak
what the
out the
goggles
eyeballs?
are for.
okay?
Can we activate the windshield wipers?
Yeah. Now the other one is this was I don't know Chekhov's exoskeleton.
Oh my god, I
You-
love that. I love the exoskeleton.
I love it too.
I love the
Aliens.
idea of the
Yes.
exoskeleton.
An upgrade. A little
Very
bit.
much of an
Yes,
upgrade.
very
but
bad.
so this makes you stronger. I don't know if it makes you know how to fight, but you know, apparently a little bit. But
Right. They showed that the little
Because
girl was
what's her
taking
name
karate
is-
classes,
yeah.
not Allison.
yeah, they didn't.
But she was being
show-
controlled by Megan, and Megan knows how to.
Okay.
Okay.
Megan knows how to fight.
But
But When a
I'm just
260-pound security guard punches you in the face,
Yeah, that
right
probably
in the
hurt.
jaw,
You'd be
does
knocked
that
cold.
exoskeleton strengthen your jaw, enable you to not get knocked out or feel pain?
No, but to be fair, she was fighting for a little while she was knocked out, remember?
That was just
So
um
I'm
I
just
don't
saying,
look bad.
it's
I don't
silly.
look down on anybody who enjoyed this.
no, of
Yeah.
course not. You have fun
Like,
with it. I wish I had the fun. Oh, I will say one thing, props, that when they play the Knight Rider theme,
Oh, that was great. I loved it.
that kind of jazzed me to get, okay, this could be,
Mhm.
and then it just wasn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
also
I don't know.
don't
It
think
just
they needed-
it felt a little flat for me,
They
unfortunately.
didn't need to add an additional 30 minutes.
It was
Where
I feel
Carly
like
and I
if,
talked about that too.
I feel like if they just could have shaved off a good 10 minutes, I
Yeah.
would have been it would have been better.
It gets
Yes,
very
I think it-
convoluted by the end of it,
Yeah.
for sure. There's a
Well,
lot.
and the
going
first
on.
one, the best part
It was-
was it was nice and
short.
short. It was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I think, like, honestly, I think if it was 10 or 15 minutes shorter, I'd probably enjoy it more.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Well,
See, Carly, I was
fair.
shocked.
I
that Carly
fell
and
asleep at the end.
Oh my
So
god!
I didn't get that extra 15-20 minutes. I'm pretty
You
sure
must
I
have
know
been
what happens.
sleepy.
I'm pretty sure I know what
Right.
happens. But so it was a good hour and something for me. But
Mhm.
yeah, 'cause
It is 90 minutes and was like, I'm out.
Aw.
I'm out.
oh god.
How
Let me,
much
like,
did
can
they
I, can
pay
I
that
take a
that
stab in the
girl?
dark? Can I take a stab in the dark that Megan is actually still around in like some kind of computer
Oh,
form?
of course.
Okay.
They have
Oh,
to
yeah.
leave it open for part 3 because the
She's
first
in the
one,
thumb drive to Mission Impossible.
Mhm.
this had
Oh,
very Mission
that's her.
Impossible vibes. For sure.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the first movie was shot for made for like $12 million. It made like $180 million. It was
Right.
a very unexpected
Success. Amazing.
success. This
Yeah.
movie is definitely not shaping up to be that. It was shot for
No.
it was
25,
30, 25,
25
and
million.
I think it
Hmm.
made like around 10 on its first weekend. It might make its money back, but
That's not looking good.
I was surprised too. Like when Carly and I talked about this, we have a video that's out now on Chad and Carly's Creepy, or on this channel for Chad and Carly's Creepy Corner about Megan and Megan 2.0. And like we both we both like this movie, maybe even a little bit more than the first one. This is the one I think both of us would reach for again and
Yeah.
watch before the first one.
One before. Yeah.
And I mean, the first one's maybe a little bit smarter, kind of, because it does.
Yeah,
it's
I can see
got
that.
more ideas a little bit, but I liked how this one just went balls to the wall and said, "I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be fun, funny, campy, silly, all that." And some of it, and like we talked about in our video, doesn't quite work. Like the shoehorned in dance sequence, they're trying to replicate
Yeah,
that
it's a
thing
bit.
from the first movie.
Yeah.
It didn't quite work as much here, for sure. It didn't feel as organic. It definitely felt like, oh, we had a dance sequence in the first movie.
Let's do
We
it
should
again.
definitely do that again. But for the most part, like this one, it just worked for me. Like there was very little that I did not have a good time
Well,
watching this,
who was I
and I didn't
supposed to
expect
care
to
about?
feel that way.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean,
Like the first one, I'm supposed to care about the kid. She's a little brat, but like her parents die, so like we let her be a brat.
mhm.
And ultimately, like, you don't want the kid to get hurt.
Yeah,
I mean, they killed the dog, but okay. But like in the second one, who was I supposed to care about?
this one actually made me
world.
that. I mean, that's true.
Ethan Hunt.
This one
Fair
actually
enough.
made me care a little bit
Fair
more about,
enough.
like Megan overall, kind of like I mean,
Agreed.
Megan-
You kind of
is an-
see where she's kind of coming
Yeah.
from. She's just a program. She was programmed to do what she was
Yeah.
programmed to do.
it gave her a little bit more of like a nuanced personality, I thought, than the first one, and I think
Mhm.
just overall more personality in general. And it mostly, like, I thought it was funny. It all pretty much worked for me, and they are definitely, you can tell they're trying to throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. And
Mhm.
there's a lot of just like everything all at once and all that kind
There's
of
a
shit.
lot
but
against the wall. Yes.
There's
I
a
was-
lot against the
You
wall.
can be a little
I was-
sparing with your spaghetti. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah, I was very surprised at all of the Steven Seagal references.
Yes.
Like, because
I enjoyed
mean,
those.
I mean, that was funny though, but
It
I
was so
agree.
I
funny.
think you're above the law.
And that's funny because
You can
this
make
is a
an
movie.
executive decision.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Because this is a
I
movie
did
that's
appreciate
marketed
that.
toward mostly, I mean, not exactly all younger audiences, but kind of younger audiences because the first one was like such a social media sensation
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
I like that they included stuff like that a little bit because the younger kids aren't going to get that for sure. And I thought that
Right.
was kind of like a fun in joke
For
for
millennials.
older audiences and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, I definitely see this is not cinema
No.
by
No.
any means, but
I
it's
saw
just
it in the
was
middle of the day on a Tuesday, and
Aw.
let me tell you why I was upset.
Oh yes. He told me
So I
this.
have the Regal Pass, which is like,
Oh.
okay, you spend $24 a month, you can see as many movies as you like.
Mhm.
However, what you can't do is see two movies at the same time.
Mm.
So what I've done with my Regal Pass is I took a picture of the barcode and I gave it to my father so he gets to go and see movies and all that.
Sure.
So I'm up there and I'm like, Megan 2. All right, here we go. Scan the card. Boop. Nope. What do you mean I have to pay for this? What do you mean I have to pay for this?
Oh no.
You're currently in another movie. If you'd like to see this movie, you have to pay.
Boo.
So not
Boo.
only did I have to sit through Megan 2, I had to pay to see it.
Wow.
Aw.
See, I have the
So did I,
AMC
Dave.
thing.
So did I. I had
And
my
I
1
think-
points and I used for F1, and then I had to shell out some dollars to see Megan 2.
I think AMC, I'm pretty sure, I'm not positive about this because I've never done it, but I think they won't let you actually book times that are overlapping.
Mhm.
And they always ID me, almost always, like 75% of the time. They ask for my ID when I go in. So,
Really?
like, if I tried to give it to someone else, they wouldn't be able to get in because they don't have
Hmm.
an ID that matches. Like,
Oh, so they have
Wow.
these little electronic kiosks that we just go to those.
oh, okay.
Oh,
I always
that's
have to go
nice.
through a human being.
Yeah, right. And they usually, the last time I went up there, like, oh, I don't need to see that. I was like, are you sure? I'll show
Right.
you.
Well,
Like, no,
I
go
will
ahead.
say, when I went to see F1, and I basically went to the kiosk, and then it said, "Nope, we need $8 because this is fancy. You're in a shaky chair." And I'm like, "Wait, this is supposed to be normal." So I went to the front desk. I'm like, "Do you have a normal version of this?" They're like, "No, it's just this one." And the little girl was so sweet. Like,
Yeah.
she was just like, "Listen, if it's just too much, come back here. We'll give you a refund and like a free movie."
And I love
like-
it.
Aw.
Like,
She was
Now
looking
I
out for you,
can't.
homie.
Even if it is too much,
Listen.
I can't. This
All
little girl
right.
will shame me.
yes,
Right, yeah.
listen, as offended as I was like, you know what, that's I honestly, I wrote a nice little email to Regal and said this
Aw.
little girl was awesome.
Oh,
That's
that's
good.
nice.
He's
Reward her.
recognizing. He's recognizing the good ones, yo.
I
Yes.
do like that if she said, if this
If this is
movie
too much
chair
for
is
you."
too much for you,
And she's looking
that's
you up and
the
down
age
like,
you're at.
right? But yeah, this
Uh-huh.
movie, clearly we're split on this one, guys. Carly and I really like this one. The guys did not so much. So take that as you will. I thought honestly that you guys were going to like this one. I thought you were
I
gonna have a
wanted
good time
to.
with
Yeah,
I
this.
sorry,
really wanted
guys.
to.
And-
Oh, come on.
No,
You didn't make it.
listen,
I wanted to. You know what? I think I had fun not liking it.
Okay.
If that makes
like
sense.
hate watching it.
I don't know. I hate watching. I think that is the stupidest thing.
Yeah.
But just to laugh at the ridiculousness, I'm
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
It's
yeah.
ridiculous as
God.
fuck for sure.
Super.
Yeah.
sure.
But
Sorry
also
about that.
that's kind of why I
Fun.
had such a good time
Yeah.
with it. Yes.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. I think
I-
Dave
well, I
and I are
think
pissed that
Brett-
we actually gave money.
Yeah, we
Aw.
gave
Yeah.
money for this. However,
It might have felt
I
different
will say
on a pass.
on
Yeah.
a better note, at least Brad and I, we both binged the entire fourth season of The Bear.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that was kind of our saving grace. Where it's like, hi,
Palate
low,
cleanser.
hi.
right?
Yeah.
That's a very soothing balm for
It's
the
the highs
bottom
and
of
lows,
Megan.
guys.
Yeah, the fourth season didn't get the greatest reviews. I mean, like it's still in like the 70s for Rotten Tomatoes, but
Yeah.
Oh,
people are
okay.
kind of being a little harsh on it. I kind of really like the arc. It's the idea of like what happens when you get everything you've ever wanted and it doesn't make you happy, or you know, when you no longer love the thing you always thought you loved.
Mhm.
Yeah. When you
And it
fall
kinda-
out of
it-
love with something and you're
Yeah,
in it. No, I'm not talking about a relationship or anything like that, but like your life's work, something
Sure.
you fought for and worked on and sacrificed for, and now you're here and it's not working, but it's not failing.
Sure.
You're
And
just
it's
treading
like,
water.
I don't know if I like this anymore.
Right.
And it's just kind of the appreciation that it's okay to not like what you want. Like,
Sure.
not everyone is currently working in the position that they went to school for. You know, you're doing something else.
Facts.
And
Yeah,
it's
there's
learning to
nothing
love
really.
it. And it's learning to let it go. And it sounds so cliche. Learning to forgive yourself to forgive other people.
Mhm.
And it's not about cooking. It's like F1 is not really about F1. It's about the relationships that they.
Mhm.
Megan is really about a weird robot. So
Yes,
I can't use that analogy.
absolutely about.
Two weird robots and a couple others, and some cyborgs there too. There was a cyborg with a. Oh, you thought Brad Pitt's chest was weird? What about when the dude opened his shirt in Megan?
Fake chest.
Yes, that was weird too.
There is an
yeah.
episode in The Bear. It's a 67-minute long episode
Oh.
of a wedding that is just star-studded and so enjoyable. They do find a way to just kind of do a masterpiece every season.
Yeah,
Where
they
you're
have
just
a
kind of-
real gem that a standout. Like
Yeah.
Dave and we've waxed on about Forks from the last season.
Mm.
The wedding one definitely has to be this season. I mean, it's got Josh Hartnett in it and Brie Larson.
It has Brie Larson. It has John Mulaney. It
John
has
Mulaney,
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh my god.
Like, yeah, it's a who's who.
God.
all on a
Um,
TV show.
yeah.
You know, like it doesn't equate, but the way they do it, it's stunning. It's a
Yeah.
legit masterpiece, and I don't understand why people aren't liking it. I've heard a lot of, well, it's more of the same. The story doesn't move forward, but it has been renewed for season 5.
Mhm.
which I believe is their final season.
Okay.
I
I was gonna ask.
think you
I was
can
gonna
only
ask you
get-
guys.
You can only get that out of it because there's something that I noticed as I rewatched all the seasons, or I'll listen to them at work. Our main character is the least interesting thing about the entire show since
Yeah.
the start.
It's becoming Seinfeld, where like it is about him, but nobody cares about him. It's all about
Right.
the satellites. Like,
Yeah, it's about, like, sure, it's he's a nucleus, but everything around him is so much more interesting.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you feel
And
like season 5 should be it?
I
Yeah.
think I think they can leave on a high note, be proud of what they did,
Mhm.
walk away. I think you have pretty much all the main cast are becoming famous, or to the point of like, I mean, you have the one guy cousin who now is one of the leads in the Marvel Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
You
he was
have
in
the-
Andor.
Yeah.
He was
You
in
have the lead
Girls.
who's going to be in
He was in Girls.
He was eating Allison Williams from behind, and
Oh.
It-
That's him?
is that actually
yes,
him?
that's him.
No way.
Oh my god, it comes full
Oh,
circle
wow.
today,
Yeah,
guys.
full
Group
circle.
chat to here.
Okay, I gotta watch the Dave sends that clip to the group chat with her crowing from the scene from
Peter
Peter
Pan.
Pan,
Yeah.
which makes me
It's
want to watch
amazing.
the Girls, but
Magic.
If you want to
Well,
see
that's a-
Adam Driver learn how to act,
Oh
that
God.
is an excellent show to watch.
Yes.
Mhm.
But yeah, listen, I think they can end on a high note. Everybody is going to bigger and better things.
Mhm.
I don't know how Jamie Lee Curtis has enough time in the day,
no kidding.
because of
real.
course before Megan, I got to see the trailer for the Freakiest of Fridays,
Yep.
Oh, geez.
and
I saw
she
the
was
trailer
in
for
like she's in everything.
Mhm.
You know, she's in more stuff now that she is a card carrying AARP than she was at her like youth peak.
And now an Oscar
Well,
winner, so maybe this is the
That's what I'd say.
exception of
Yeah,
the Oscar
maybe-
winner. Like
Maybe
going
she's
on to make
actually
everything.
using the Oscar powers like
Oscar
like
powers.
nobody else has, you know.
Yeah.
But she's also talented. It's
Yeah.
not no flash in the pan. She can play
I feel
different
like-
parts.
I feel like nobody hates Jamie Lee Curtis.
No,
Michael Myers does.
Well, yeah, okay.
Depending on what movie.
Yeah, depending on the movie, which
That's true.
storyline we're following.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
In the series.
The new one or the old one. Yeah, the OG.
But yeah, true.
Well, she was pretty mean to him in that last one.
Definitely.
So, just saying.
Yeah, The Bear. It's a show I need to catch up on. I watched the first season, loved it, and then never.
Listen,
continued it.
I'm just waiting for
As I
you to
do.
see the episode of Forks, and
Yeah.
like Brad and I are going to get like a 3-way conference call.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I can't believe you guys.
Virtual hugs as I like rock and cry to Forks.
Carly, you haven't
I know
seen
it's
any
good.
of it, have you?
I've seen like a few episodes of
Okay.
season 1.
Yeah, right.
It's good, man. I love
Yeah.
season 1. I watched it all in, I think it might have been like a day or maybe 2, because I just breezed through.
They're pretty digestible episodes,
Yeah,
like
they're
from
like-
25 to 30 minutes, except there is
Mhm.
always one episode that breaks an hour,
Okay,
but it's worth it.
I
Totally
like
worth it.
All right,
Yeah,
what's
so
next, guys?
That's pretty much all that I watched.
That's
Okay,
what I watched. Yeah.
okay. And Miss Carly, I know you had a couple of other things. that
Oh
you
God.
watched this week. The pressure is on, bitch. So you might as well. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I watched
That's harsh.
so much stuff.
Carly had
Um,
the most like full roster.
Yeah, I don't even
Diapers.
know
Of the
how I
week.
had enough time to watch all of this stuff, to be honest with you. But
Jamie
I
Lee Curtis
did.
did.
I did. So in regards to shows that I watched the first 3 episodes of Countdown, which is an Amazon show with
Okay.
Jensen Ackles.
Oh,
It's basically an LAPD officer joins a secret task force to investigate a suspicious murder, but uncovers a sinister plot that requires the team to unite and save millions in the city.
okay. The
um,
often lusted after Jensen Ackles.
Yes. Oh my God. And he is in top form in this show, of course. He's the best part of the show.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to continuing. I want to say the next 3 episodes are out tonight. So I will be watching those, but it's a fun show. I mean, it's not really my style, but I'm
Okay.
still really enjoying it. So
It sounds
I
like
recommend it.
I would like it for sure.
Yeah, it's fun. And the only other TV show that I watched the entire season 3 of Squid Game.
I have not seen any of Squid Game, but I
My
know
daughter
people
did
love it.
too. She watched the whole thing. But
What did you
was a-
think?
She really liked it, but she was a big fan of the first 2,
Mhm.
and she just
Okay.
I don't know. I walked in and I watching a couple guys play rock paper scissors with
Oh yeah, with the gun and everything.
the
Yeah.
gun and these ball gags in their mouth, and they're both screeching and bleeding, and I'm like, what you got going on? And she's like, Squid
Are
Game.
you
I'm
sure
like,
you weren't in the group
fair
chat
enough.
in a video that I sent? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think season 2. So season 2 took a little bit longer to get back into because it took I don't know if it was maybe episode 3 is when they actually got to the games again. So season
Okay.
2 was a little slow for me. Season 3 was kind of more of a return to form for season 1. I feel like all in all, I mean, I enjoyed it. I don't think there's going to be any more seasons after this.
Yeah, I think this
I
is
hope
the
that
end.
there's not. Okay,
There
good.
is a remake though coming from David
Oh,
Fincher.
ew. I
From
don't know
David
about
Fincher.
that. Yeah, I know.
Ew.
But I don't know about that.
You
Still.
said Fincher.
I like David Fincher, but
Yeah.
She
yeah.
stands by her ew.
I mean,
is it
listen, I'll check it
basically-
out.
That was a full chested
It's like,
ew.
I mean, didn't he basically do a Squid Game with like one of his first movies? What was the first movie?
The
Sean Penn?
game.
The Game.
oh,
Like it's
Oh, yeah, The
basically.
I like the game. It's good, man.
That
yeah.
was good.
So that was then obviously I watched, oh my God, not obviously, but my son wanted to watch all of the Resident Evil movies. So
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, so I bought the 6-disc set. I think it was like $30 Blu-ray.
Are there only 6?
As far as I know, I think
Okay.
so. Yeah. So I watched Resident Evil 1 through 5. I still haven't watched the last one.
That's
And that is-
impressive.
And that's
No
the only
shit.
one that I haven't watched at all to begin with. So I'm
Okay.
kind of putting that one off because people said it was pretty god awful and the editing was terrible. So I'm not looking forward to that last movie, especially after the last two that I watched. That was
Okay.
total
Fair enough.
slog. But then the last movie that I watched was Days of Thunder,
Okay.
and I watched that
Ooh,
last night.
Classic.
Yes, and actually, I know I've seen this. I saw it like when I was a kid, but I was probably 6 or 7 years old when it came out, so I literally remembered nothing
Mhm.
about it. Other
I've seen
than
it, but I'm kind of in the same boat.
yeah, like Cole Trickle is Tom Cruise's character. I remembered
Mhm.
that, and then of course the cups that you could get at Hardee's. So I
Yep.
remembered those.
Now
Oh,
you do
shit.
know that they are talking about a crossover
With F1?
with F1.
Oh, they
Oh.
should. Oh my
That
god, I
Days
would
of-
love that.
that
Yes.
Days of Thunder 2, which they're actually in the process of writing.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
shit.
And the link between them is the director, Joseph
Oh,
Koenig,
Yes.
shit.
who also did Oblivion and is one of Tom Cruise's favorite directors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they're
man.
talking about having it in a shared universe
Okay.
I would love that.
where
Go
Cole
for it.
Trickle and him exists.
Days of Thunder is NASCAR, though, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Is Nicole Kidman in that?
Yes, she is.
Yes.
Okay,
And-
I
the
thought.
doctor.
yeah, there's a lot of people
What?
in it. Robert Duvall, Randy Quaid, Michael Rooker. It
Okay.
was directed by Tony Scott. So
Okay.
yeah, it was a good
Yeah,
one.
And that's basically so Tom Cruise's character goes into NASCAR from F1.
Oh.
Mhm.
And in F1,
Brad Pitt's character goes from Daytona into
And that feels
That's where
right for his
Javier-
character
Yeah.
because he just
Javier
wants to
Bardem
race
is-
no matter
has-
what the fuck it is. Like,
yeah,
Yep.
he ends off doing the Baja race,
yeah.
which is kind of cool. You know, he's
Yeah.
just the wandering driver, I guess. But yeah, he's got that.
I mean,
van.
I saw Days of Thunder when I was much younger for sure. This is
Mhm.
another like on HBO constantly when I had HBO in my room when I probably
Robin
shut
is
the house.
racing.
And
Rubbing is racing.
what'd you say?
Rubbing is racing. Calm down.
You heard it here first, guys.
Actually, you heard it in Days of Thunder. Carly, back us up. You really went quiet there.
Rubbin is racing. Hashtag
That's right.
or dash
Something.
centimeters underneath. Like,
Yeah.
No, I like that Robert Duvall line when he says, you can come by, we'll tip some drinks, tell some lies. I always like
Yeah, and I
What
love
What are you
it.
guys doing there? We're eating ice cream.
And
Great
I just
movie.
love the whole character dynamic between Tom Cruise's character and Robert Duvall, especially when
Mhm.
they're first like meeting and trying to figure out how to work together. You realize that even though Tom Cruise's character, he knows how to drive, he doesn't know jack shit about cars. So he can't tell Robert Duvall's character what he needs to know until Robert Duvall kind of teaches him how to tell him. So I thought that was cool.
And he actually says, I don't know anything
Yeah,
about
I don't know
cars.
anything.
And he's like, well, good. Now we can figure it out.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Now that I know
Just
that,
embarrassed that he's a race car driver, knows shit about cars.
other than how to drive.
so I have two important questions before we get into Mr. Coach's presentation. I don't know what to call it other than a presentation. So, Squid Game. This is a personal question and
Yes.
maybe a question that others may be having.
Any squids?
I guess I'm kind of assuming there are no squids
Are
in
they
it, but I mean, there
No,
could
don't
be.
think so.
The vibe that I get from it is kind of Hunger Gamesy, but I don't
It's kind
actually
of like
know.
Hunger Games mixed with Battle Royale.
Battle Royale
Yeah.
with cheese.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're
Essentially.
like trying to fight to the death, essentially.
Well, there's a prize money, and it's like a pool of money, and every time people are killed, their
Oh,
money goes into the pot. So you get more money.
Okay,
But things
like that-
change in different seasons. So like the first season, they didn't get to vote whether or not they wanted to continue to the next game, like in season 2 and 3.
okay. It's
So-
like that game show where hoes have to take over like the surrounding land around them. You know what I'm talking about?
Risk?
Like the no, no, it's a TV game show.
Oh.
The floor?
Yeah, the floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was talking about that a while ago.
But like
yeah.
people die, the floor, but people die.
It's when you said
Kinda.
host started taking over. I was
Well-
trying to think of like Temptation Island.
Right. MILF Manor, like
I think
Housewives of Atlanta. What?
Fuckboy
Yeah.
Island or something.
it's more so like kids games.
Okay.
They're themed kids games,
It's
but
Double
you
Dare.
die.
with-
Yeah,
Okay.
you die if you like don't play the game correctly or win.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I haven't seen it, and I've tried to avoid a lot of shit on it because I don't,
Mhm.
I guess, want it spoiled. But I never did quite latch on to exactly the vibe of it. All that.
Yeah.
So, okay, good to know.
Fair.
Okay, one other question before Mr. Coach takes it away: is anyone seeing Jurassic World Rebirth?
Yes, tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm gonna try
Yeah,
I'm
to
this
see
is-
gonna
too.
go for the Odyssey trailer.
Oh, is
Oh,
that a
yeah,
thing?
yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, I'm frozen.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Oh, you are.
You are frozen.
Carly knows a thing or two about being frozen on
Oh
video.
my
There
god,
we
that
go.
last video. I'm like frozen every 5 seconds. I'm like,
At least we can hear you, girl. We got that
I
beautiful
know.
voice.
The audio is crisp, so that's all that I can.
Why
ask for.
didn't catch it while we were filming, and then like when I edited the video, I was like, "Fuck! Like this is not good."
I didn't catch it either. I was like, what is this? Yeah. Oh well, it happens.
Okay.
Yeah, what
Anyway,
the Odyssey
guys.
trailers is out at the Jurassic Park.
So that's
Ooh.
one of the trailers coming for there. So that's one of those like
Hmm.
I'm gonna do the opposite and not pay for anything and just go and then leave after the trailer stuff.
You're not gonna watch Jurassic World Rebirth.
Oh,
It has Scarlett Johansson in it.
And
ScarJo.
dinosaurs.
and
ScarJo.
Mahershala and Mahershala Ali or whatever. Mahershala Ali. I like that.
Mahershala?
Mahershala. I think it's
Mahershala?
Mahershala.
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 Mahershala Ali. There we
Wannabe
go.
Blade. Wannabe Blade guy.
4400 telekinetic guy.
The pronunciation, please. You need to clip parts of our podcast so that you can put it out there so the world knows how to say things properly.
Yes.
Just so you
Oh
know.
Jesus. You have got a vast well to draw from because we can't say shit.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I was thinking the other night. Sorry, I'm on a tangent again, but I was thinking the other night when the Nobody 2 trailer played about. I was not on the show at this time, but how Mr. Brad would call it Mr. Nobody.
Kept on calling it Mr. Nobody.
It's a great show, though. That is a great show. Did you watch that, Brad?
Mr. Nobody? I didn't
Yeah.
know the show, but I saw the movie.
Yeah. No. I think it's the
Show Mr. Nobody.
Aussie one. I think. Hold on. I think it's Mr. Nobody.
Aussie,
Mr.
Aussie,
Nobody?
Aussie, oi, oi, oi.
It sounds very familiar, but no, I didn't.
Oh, maybe
Oh
it's
yeah,
not.
it's a
Hold
Stephen
on.
King thing, isn't it?
I must be thinking of something else. I'm sorry. I think it's
That's all
something
right.
close to that, but it's a
Mr.
good.
Nobody. It's not the Jared Leto movie.
No, it's not that one.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
We'll figure it out
Watch
later.
that one too. Isn't he like 140 years old or some shit?
I think so. It's like the oldest living man or some shit.
Oh,
I haven't
shit.
seen it.
Okay,
I like Jared Leto. See him in Tron
I like him too. Yeah, for real.
with
All
the
right.
Tron with the Excite bikes.
I think the Tron fucking Legacy is it Tron Legacy Tron Ares. That trailer looks lit for real.
Tron, the
I've
next
not
one.
seen I've not seen any of the Tron movies.
Next one.
Chris is shook by this. He wants to show them to me immediately, and I need to watch them to be fair. But yeah, Tron Ares. It looks.
I'm a
amazing.
big fan of the second one. I know a lot of people don't like it. I really like
I liked
it.
it.
I
Directed by
like that.
Joseph Kosinski.
It
Yeah,
was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh
yeah.
wow. Okay. All right. Yeah. No, I thought it was a great movie. Great soundtrack. It's a nice one to just put on in the background.
It's visually appealing.
Yes.
Was the show Mr. In Between?
Yes, that's what it is. I'm
Oh.
sorry. Thank you,
No, I
Mr. In
didn't see that one
Between.
either. I didn't see
Yeah,
that one
the,
either.
Good
with
one.
Scott Ryan. That's actually a really good one.
Hmm.
Scott Ryan.
Great show. I think that's the only thing I've seen
Superstar.
him in.
He's kind of like a big character actor.
This is a
Oh,
cool
He's
name.
good.
Scott Ryan.
Just watch the first 2 episodes. I think they're like maybe 20 or 30 minutes
Okay.
each.
What's it
if you're
called?
not hooked-
Mr. In
Yes.
Between.
Mr.
Yeah.
In
Yep.
Between. If you're not hooked by like the second episode, then you may not like it, but I loved it.
And just to pull publicist
Take a look.
duties here, I no longer dance under the stage name of Scott Ryan. So I mean, just so everybody knows.
Who's Scott Ryan?
Did you say his name was in the show?
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, is
He's
that?
Mr. In
The
Between.
actor's name is Scott Ryan.
I have
Yeah,
no
that-
idea what his name
I was
is.
like, I know I did not pull that out of my ass. Good Lord. God. Okay, as we've
Let's-
devolved into madness, let's go
Yes.
to Mr. Coach to explain what's
Yes,
going to
please.
be happening. in the
So we
movies.
basically posed the question of what new can we do because we're running out of ideas. And we came up with the idea of, well, what if we recommend stuff to each other since we have so many recommendations to everybody? But it's kind of like our four tastes are kind of eclectic
for
compared
sure.
to each other.
Mhm.
So like in contrast to each other here, we have a lot of open holes that need to be filled.
Sure.
So
Oh.
with recommendations,
What?
with recommendations,
Can
with
confirm.
recommendations.
I didn't sign anything.
All I heard was open holes that need to be filled.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
I fell
So we
asleep
came
like
up
in
with
that
the
Megan movie.
idea of recommending each week one of us will recommend movies for everybody else to see, and then we'll review them the following week.
Sure.
And then I thought we would do an extra twist on it because I didn't just want to do one. I kind of came up with a list of them, and then it was, all right, so I will pick 4, and then each other scene invader will be able to veto one of the 4
Okay.
so that we will all watch what is left.
I like it.
I like it too.
So,
man.
I
Good
have
idea.
created a slides for the 4 that I am nominating.
Mhm.
So
Which clearly
this is
includes
in-
me and Earl and the dying girl.
well, this is this is in no particular order other than alphabetical.
Okay.
So we have the first nomination is Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl.
Okay.
The second nomination is On a Clear Day. The third nomination is Once. The fourth nomination is Wag the Dog. So I'll go backwards through and explain it. Wag the Dog is a political satire about a fixer who is trying to cover up and manipulate the media as the president of the United States is running for re-election. Dustin Hoffman's in it. Robert De Niro, Kirsten Dunst. It's like a who's who. Woody
Anne
Harrelson. Like everybody from the 90s is in it. This
I
is
was gonna
probably
say
the
this is like
oldest
later
one.
90s, right?
This is 97,
Okay.
and a nice hour and a half movie.
Okay.
Let's go backwards to the other one. Once is about a singer-songwriter who works in a vacuum repair shop, who is a busker by night
Oh.
and sings on the street. He runs into another working individual who needs her vacuum fixed, and they share a love of music with each other.
Okay.
Amazing songs, amazing music. There's where they're creating a song that will literally give you goosebumps.
Okay.
We'll go back up to
That's amazing.
On a Clear Day. Older gentleman is made redundant at his work as the shipyard closes, and is trying to move on with his life, and falls in love with the idea of swimming the English Channel. However, it creates a distance between him and his son, but it brings him and the community all together as they rally around him, while his wife is on a B story trying to also become an earner for a struggling household.
Okay.
And back to the original one, it is Me, Earl, and the dining girl. So they all eat dinner together.
Nice.
Me and Earl and the dying girl.
This is my choice.
it
No,
is-
I'm just kidding.
It is senior year in high school, and basically the lead character befriends a girl who is diagnosed with leukemia. He has a good friend Earl, and all they do is kind of make silly movies where they take very famous movies and then make them stupid.
Okay.
Where it's like they'll do like as Stanley Kubrick, instead of doing Eyes Wide Shut, they'll do Butts Wide Shut, or just silly, dumb movies. But it's all basically about that kind of transition time of your life, set in high school. There's
And
great.
this was in your
great-
tearjerker list, right?
Yep.
This was in my tearjerker list. John Barenthal comes in and gives a great little performance. Nick Offerman, Molly Shannon. There's some real hard hitters in this one.
Okay.
So I don't know how you guys want to pick who vetoes what
Oh.
or in what order, but maybe we could just do the order that we started with the slides.
Okay. All right. So for me, the one I am going to veto out of this is Wag the Dog.
All right.
Going hard. No, I'm just kidding.
Wag the Dog is out.
Well, I'm glad you did that because I've seen Wag the Dog.
Okay. I saw it a long, long time ago. I can't, not in a way that I would actually remember it, but I just didn't want to talk about politics, basically. So
Fair.
Fair enough.
All right. So is it my turn or Crowley's?
I think.
do you need me to
Who
switch
went?
through 'em?
What was the order from the beginning?
It was
No, when we did our things, when we did
Or
our.
we did slides? Was it-
Oh, Carly.
What's the first movie that you had?
Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl.
Oh, sorry. I meant, well, the first one that you went over, because that's
Oh.
the last one.
A Clear Day and Once.
Oh, On a Clear Day. Let's veto that one.
Okay,
Got it.
fair enough. And we're not shitting on
All
these
right.
movies, guys. We
No,
just have
no.
to make
No.
cutthroat decisions. So
All right. And so, Chad, you are the great decider.
no, Mr.
Of
Mr. Brad is.
Once or. Oh, I'm sorry, Brad. You are the great decider
Damn it.
of Me, Earl, the Dying Girl, or Once. Both a tight hour and 35 minutes, I believe.
Yeah. Whew,
I know this is hard.
I
'cause
know.
I've
This
been
is
to both
tough.
movies.
I think I'm going to have to veto Once.
Okay.
Oh, I wanted to watch that. I actually own that, but I haven't
can.
watched it.
You still can watch these movies. Like it's not
I
a
know,
lifelong
but-
ban.
So that is the byproduct of this: is that we are never allowed to ever
No,
watch
ever
the movies that we
again.
veto.
No,
No.
absolutely
No.
not.
Sorry,
No.
Banned immediately. So me or
Dang
Earl
it.
the Dying Girl, we're going to discuss this next week, guys. I think instead of having like a special,
Topic.
like like Cars were tonight or whatever, we're going to talk about this instead and what
Yeah.
we watched this week. So
Me
I'm
and
excited.
Earl
Dinosaur
and the
movies isn't gonna hit
Dying
this hard.
Card.
Okay, I'm excited that I might get to cry. I don't know what's wrong with me that I feel that way, but yeah. Me,
Well, you
Earl,
kind of
Dying-
sold it when you said John Barenthal's in it, and it's going to be hard because knowing. Well, I mean, it's got a dying girl in it, so yeah. I think
I'm just dying on the inside.
Oh.
No, I'm going to cry like a fool. I cried at an episode of Bear Called Forks, so come on, yeah, I'm a big
Yeah.
crier.
Well, everybody did, and I'm just in line to do that. So
You
it's
will.
coming.
All right, so watch Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl with us.
Mhm.
I believe if somebody wants to talk about something while I look it up, I believe it might be on Hulu.
Okay.
I can get it.
But
Ooh, I really enjoyed the new trailer for The Running Man.
I did too.
I have
Oh,
not
yeah.
seen it.
Yeah, it's
What'd
got
you think of the book?
Glenn Powell.
Oh,
I can't even call it a remake of the Schwarzenegger movie because
Right? Because the Schwarzenegger movie is pretty much nothing like the book.
I don't even know why they called it The Running Man because
Yeah.
I just listened to the book today at work, and wow, the book is not cinematic.
No.
I'll give you that. It has like some messages
Wait.
and various things, but
is this the
yeah.
one where the people cannot stop running?
No, that's Walk.
No.
No, that's
Oh,
Walk.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if they're allowed to run and walk. I think they just have to walk.
Fair
But
enough.
no, it's you ever see the Schwarzenegger movie, The Running Man?
No.
Oh,
What?
listen,
Chad.
man, Chad. If you like Megan 2,
It's
About to
fun.
you're
say.
gonna love the. It's literally the same movie.
It's
Okay.
just camp. It's
It-
Paul
it's-
Verhoeven.
Oh,
I'm in.
It's Paul Verhoeven. Is
Oh, I'm
Schwarzenegger.
really
Yes.
in.
Yeah, Schwarzenegger is just framed for a murder, and he has to fight his way through a game show, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
has to beat. It's like American Gladiators, but you
Mhm.
could die.
With murder.
Yeah.
Yes. That sounds
and
amazing.
they all have a
it's
different
got-
theme.
It's got Jesse the Body Ventura in it, and it's got Richard fucking Dawson. So I mean,
Mhm.
the Family
Yes.
Feud guy. Yeah.
Sold.
Anyway, this remake is nothing like it.
No.
It is.
Are they sticking close to the source material?
Although
maybe?
I will say it almost
Maybe?
looks like they're trying to do kind of a balance
It
between
looks like a blend of both.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of
is-
trying to bring a funness to it, if you can
Okay.
call it that. I don't know. It's
Well,
weird.
I mean, with
I
that
would call it that
director,
because I'm
with that director, I mean, Jesus, he's
Yeah.
definitely a lot of fun, and yeah, it seems like, okay, let's take the fun of the Schwarzenegger movie and blend it with the seriousness of the book, or at least the motivations of the book,
Okay.
and let's add Glenn Powell and like some grenades and some guns
course.
and him smacking his ass and giving the finger
Okay.
to the camera.
Right now, I'm kind of in the camp of Glenn Powell. Sort of makes everything better in a way. I like him a lot, so
Yeah, I want him to be
Yep.
successful.
Just like a capybara, like
Yeah.
it just makes everything better.
as we
Well,
mentioned earlier in the show, like there aren't a ton of like stars anymore. Like,
Yeah.
I like
he
seeing
feels
him
like
and not remembering that it's Glenn Powell.
right.
Like no, like he's not. I don't know. I fall into the actor, the characters that he's playing,
Yeah,
versus I like Glenn Powell in this movie. Or,
Mhm.
sure.
it's not like seeing Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise or that's it. Those are the only
What was
ones
the
that-
Richard Linklater movie he was just in?
Hitman.
Hitman.
Yeah, that shit was good. I liked it.
Yeah, I actually ended up watching it. That was good.
If you Everybody Wants Some is a really good one. He's in. Not to be confused with the Dancing Cheeseburger from
Better off
What
dead.
was that from? Yes,
From
Better Off Dead. Oh my
but
god!
the song was Everybody Wants Some by Van
Yep.
Halen.
I have not heard that name in forever. Better Off Dead. Holy shit!
I just watched it maybe a couple of months ago.
Yes.
Man. Some French fries, French
Oh,
dressing.
Keep putting his testicles all over me.
Aw.
Tentacles.
Not again.
Tentacles.
God, not again. Oh, all right. Is there anything?
What
else
were you looking
anybody
up,
wants to say?
Oh, so it's playing. It's still in.
Oh.
It's playing in Hulu, Disney, and Canada as well.
Oh,
So if you have
okay.
Disney Plus or Hulu, me and Earl and the Dying Girl.
Okay.
And the-
Also, maybe
the-
it'll be on Plex.
Yep,
'Cause
it's
I don't
already
have
there.
Disney
I'm gonna-
Plus, so-
I was
It's
gonna
already
say
there. Yep.
that felt like
Awesome.
a safe choice.
Heck yeah.
thought that was- and this honestly, it got me thinking, like, what in the fuck am I going to pick? Because we are a diverse crew, and
Mhm.
I need to pick
You
things
pick
that
your
are like
movies.
safe for the crew.
And that
I mean, I guess the vetoes
did-
help though.
the vetoes do help. So like you try and do a little bit. I think I picked 4 kind of different movies, where one was more of a musical, one was this. Yeah, I think they're a little different. They are similar but different.
Okay,
That's
and
what we need.
just a sneak peek for mine. Mine will all be erotic thrillers of some sort.
Mine too.
Finally, I
Oh.
get to watch Barbed Wire.
Oh my god, I've never seen it, but I want to.
I know it might be on my list. Then. No.
Okay, right.
That needs to be a double feature: Showgirls and Barbed Wire.
Brad's list shows up and it's literally just barbed wire, and he's like, "Try to veto this bitch because this is the only choice I have." Like,
We have
Barbed
Barbed
Wire,
Wire,
Barbed Wire
we have heavy
2.
metal. We
God, for real. All right. Anything else anybody wants to say before we get the fuck out of here tonight?
enjoy the 4th of July, everybody.
Yes.
Yes,
Happy 4th of July,
July.
everybody.
And Canada Day just
And
happened.
Canada Day, which was yesterday, 2
It was
days
the
ago.
first. Yeah, yesterday.
It was Tuesday. It's the first. I
That was
think.
yesterday.
Yeah, it was the first. Yeah.
We're recording this on Wednesday the 2nd, guys, just in
Yes.
case there's any confusion. Yes.
Oh, Old Guard 2 came out today. I want to check
Oh.
that out. Netflix.
It's a female action movie starring Charlize Theron, as I butcher another name.
Oh,
for the
that one.
episode. And Uma Thurman has
Thurman.
broken
Oh.
out the samurai sword again.
Yeah, it's
That
about
sounds
Immortals.
amazing.
It's about Immortals.
Oh yeah.
Check out
Okay.
part 1. It was better.
Oh, you already
What?
watched it?
No, I just kind of think.
He just knows.
And we're all
I know
alone
from the end of
His
part one,
feeling.
the part two is not
Doesn't
gonna
need
be
to exist.
good. No, it needs to exist, but they really fuck something up, and
Aw.
I'll tell you guys if you watch it.
Fair
Okay.
enough. All right. Good night, guys. We'll see you next week. And I guess I should plug Chad and Carly's Creepy Corner. We
Hell
have
yeah.
a video on Megan and Megan 2.0 out
Mhm.
right now. Our next video that we will film this weekend and have out next week for you is summer horror movies that we recommend.
sweet.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm excited. Like,
Mhm.
it was a tough choice. There were a lot of good ones. And I'm
still
know
narrowing
Carly's
it
picking,
down.
So yeah, I'm excited to know. But yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. And we'll see y'all next
Yes.
week. Okay.
David and I weren't on the Megan video.
See you.